I don't even know how to start this. This is so weird.
So we're on our way home. We just had to stop, get some gas because it's going to be a long drive back home. Yes, we're on our way back home.
Okay, now let's start all over again. We're all freaking out in the car. And this is why. So I went to my Thursday weekly appointment. I only got to the first one. As of this morning, my C-section was scheduled for May 10th, which is the day after Mother's Day, which is on a Monday. And I was just told that I should go home and get all my stuff because baby may be coming tonight or tomorrow. It's just, I don't like change. And my plan was Monday. Our plan was Monday.
Yep.
And I'm trying to frame in my mind, how do I tell them it's not happening Monday? It looks like it's happening either tonight or tomorrow.
So the good thing about the doctors that are taking care of, Yari and Camila, is that they have very good communications. The first doctor called the second doctor, who's going to be delivering Camila, directly on his cell phone. They cross-referenced and they came up with a game plan, and I'm so grateful for that because it's very convenient that they know each other. They're able to call each other and keep each other informed as to what's going on. So yeah, we're on our way home. A good hour and a half drive to go pick up everything and then drive back another hour and a half, only to possibly be told we'll meet you at the hospital. Baby's coming today.
Well, she says that that's why I told her, like, do I have to go home? Does it sound like I should just go to the appointment? We'll see what happens. Like, from what he said, what did it sound like? And she says, he said, don't eat anything. You need 6 to 7 hours in between without eating. Because you may get a C-section tonight or tomorrow. And I was like, what? She goes, so it sounds like, yes, you're delivering within the next 24 hours. And I just gave her a look like, you're scaring me. And here's the thing. Heartbeat, everything, size, everything is good. The fluids are fine. But she's measuring in terms of like nutrition and like her stomach growth 2 weeks behind. This doctor says that basically means that Camila's not getting proper nutrition. And I'm like, but I'm eating though, like I eat. I eat. But she says it's not me. She says there are many times that the placenta gives up and it's just kind of like, I'm done. So at this point, she goes, we can't see whether or not the placenta's doing its job. But if the baby's not getting any weight, then that's basically what is pointing at. And it's just better to take the baby out and you can just give her her milk and her nutrients once she's out. Oh, okay. But what's funny is the baby bag is ready, but my bag is not. My hospital bag is not, because I always wait till last minute. And being that C-section was supposed to be Monday, this morning I woke up and started taking my stuff out. And he's like, what are you doing? Because I was supposed to be getting in the shower to go to the appointment. And I said, I'm just like, because what if they were to tell me, hey, you have to like go to the hospital now, we're going to deliver. You wouldn't know what to pack for me. So I'm taking things out, at least throw them in a bag. He goes, do you really have to do that right now? And I said, I don't know. You never know. But I never planned to actually hear you're going to be sent to the hospital tonight.
Yeah, that was
weird, right? That's my psychic.
That's just mother instincts. Stress kicking in. Tai, how are you feeling about this?
You're stressed out. I ate food.
I'm really scared about this.
So you're really scared and you're freaking out too?
Yeah, all of us are already freaking out. It's like so crazy how I don't know if I'm gonna be a big sister tonight or tomorrow. It's like I'm kind of like in the middle, like I'm half scared and half excited because I don't know how to feel.
I don't know how to feel about this either.
You know what that means? All your emotions are all over the place. You're so excited.
My hands are literally like shaking and hurting right now.
She's shaking. How do you think I feel?
Okay, no. She's shaking and he's making fun of her. How do y'all think I feel?
Well, you're not going to feel anything. You're going to be good. You're going to be nice and juiced.
Oh yeah, I'm only going to feel the pricks of the needles.
You're going to be nice and
IV, the pain afterwards. She said poison ivy. Well, anyway. Let's just get home and see what happens. We gotta pack stuff.
I haven't packed anything.
Okay, guys, I'm at the hospital. Oh, I got an alert on my phone. I'm at the hospital. I'm on the machine. I'm on IV. This hurts. Okay, but here's the thing, though. My C-section was originally scheduled for Monday the 10th. They changed it and said, fine, we're going to do it tomorrow because of what we explained already. Okay, fine. So they said 12:30 today. Okay, fine. Look at the time. It is 7:26 in the morning, and they just came in here and told me my doctor pushed my C-section up.
Hi, baby. You ready?
I have to pee again.
Ew.
I'm hungry.
Are you ready?
Yeah. They went over by 6 minutes.
Yeah, she's clocking them.
Now I have to pee. I'm hungry.
Baby Camila is doing well. I'm ready too. I know soon. Soon. Come on. Did you write the letter already?
The letter's been written and I printed it out, but she's evicting herself. I am in pain a little bit. I don't care, that hurts.
Alright.
Ow, that hurts so bad.
9 o'clock. We still here.
Shut up.
Camila's ready. I'm ready. You're ready.
This thing is beeping and shut up too. What does it say? Ow.
I don't know. Inactivity alarm. Push any key to silence for 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Press, yeah, just shut it up.
And shut up.
That's because the infusion sucked.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Here she is. Hi, honey. Hi. Okay. This is mommy. This is daddy. All right. All right. And I'm Dr. Puppy.
There you go.
Why she's crying. If you can hear, I don't know how much you guys can hear. I know there's definitely an echo and I'm sorry, but my house, like I don't like over cluttered spaces, and then it's just very open concept at this point. We're like on this side of my kitchen and there's that side of the kitchen and then there's that side of, it's a thing. Anyway, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it in the background, but there's like little lullabies playing because baby G, Camila, is home. I am 1 week postpartum. I still have my like faja on, you know, I have my faja because, but I am 1 week postpartum. We are home. Can you see? I've had her, I don't know, I got her Saturday the 15th in the afternoon past 4 o'clock. Today's Monday, so I'm trying to put this together for you guys because everybody wants me to like officially introduce her to everyone. Can you tell? Look, mira esto. I'm just like everywhere right now. I would have thought that my under eyes would have been a lot worse at this point than what it actually is. So it makes me really happy that it's not too bad. I am running on 2 naps, one of 1 hour and one of 2 hours. And that's just last night. The night before, I think I slept maybe 2 hours, but it's okay. It's perfectly okay. But I wanted to let you guys know exactly what happened. So is she moving? Oh my God. If she starts freaking out, we call it in Puerto Rico, at least we say berreando, I'll go grab her. I'm gonna fill you guys in on everything that happened ever since then. And then I'll answer you guys' questions because I did go on Instagram and asked you guys to make sure you asked questions in the event that you did have any so that I could answer them here for you guys. I figured honestly, like I wasn't even planning to vlog any of it, and it just kind of happened. I don't even know. It like kind of happened, but it didn't happen. And it's a thing, and I can't even believe that this is my life right now because I'm still sitting here like, what happened? Oh, okay, I'm coming. Mommy life. Hold on, I'll be right back. I told you guys I would introduce you to her. This is Camila. And this is sooner than I wanted to do it. Like I was gonna do it in this vlog anyway, but like she started whining, so it kind of is what it is. But here is baby Camila, and she's a preemie. Everything is big. I mean, she's not that big of a preemie, okay? She's like 36 weeks and a half, but She's tiny and everything fits her so ginormous. But she was whining and I love her, so I'm just gonna... She's gonna be with us while we talk. All right, I think it looks a little on the crooked side. I'm sorry, but like I have one hand to work with. You're fine. He goes ahead, he does the cesarean, we're good to go. Baby comes out. As soon as she comes out, she starts crying. They move her over to the side. Daddy cuts the umbilical cord and they're still working on me. So they remove the baby out of the OR and Dottie follows as normal parents would. They go over to the room that I was staying in and I am still in the OR being worked on. When they're done with me, they transfer me to another bed and take me to my room where I find a nurse and a doctor leaning over on my child with an oxygen mask. And I'm like, wait, like I'm, you know, I'm under medication, but I'm still like, what is going on? What is this? What is that? What's going on? And it turns out that Camila, little baby Camila over here, she's so cute, was breathing way too fast and not at her full capacity. So that was very, oh, hi, oh, you okay? She wasn't breathing at the proper capacity for a 36.5 gestational time frame baby, which was very concerning. So what they ended up doing was they said, you know what, we're gonna take her over to the NICU, we're gonna observe her, we're gonna do a few tests, figure out what's going on, we need to make sure she's stable, and then we'll go from there. So I was like, okay, baby's fine. In my mind, it would be a few hours and they would bring her to me. Not the case. They did a chest x-ray and it turns out that Camila's lungs were underdeveloped. Even though I did the steroid that's supposed to help her lungs, you know, develop and gain some strength, I got those 2 shots at 28 weeks. The neonatologist says that the x-rays revealed that Camila's lungs were underdeveloped and could have potentially been at 33 to 34.5 weeks in development, which is very similar to what I was told about her actual stomach. All signal to malnutrition, which homegirl was eating throughout the entire pregnancy. So it's like, I was eating, there's no way she was malnutritioned. And then he goes, it could have been a placental issue. So everything is pointing the finger at the placenta just having given up a little earlier than it's supposed to. So they were doing like this oxygen treatment, then it like a pressure treatment, and it's a whole thing. I want to remind you guys that my first pregnancy, again, was a stillbirth. With stillbirths, you give birth, and when you leave the hospital, you leave your baby behind, and you never see that baby again. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. Trust me, I went through it. My husband and I went through it, and it was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. To this day, there's no way that I can describe those emotions, like the breakdown that I had to undergo for a series of months. I do not wish upon anyone. So now, being that Camila was having this lung issue, she needed to undergo a series of treatments for that. I was told that she would have to stay in the NICU. Now, I gave birth on a Friday. I was discharged on a Monday, and she had to stay in the hospital. Leaving that hospital without my child brought back these memories and these thoughts from 2011 when I had to do that, and there was no way around it. Yet the only thing that kept me calm was the fact that I was under the influence of my little friend Percocet at the moment, because I did have a cesarean and I was walking to the car and it was very, very painful. And number 2, the fact that I had seen my baby prior to leaving the hospital and she was doing very well. There was a lot of progress in just a matter of 2.5 days. And they gave me the phone number and they said, call at any time. Call at any time for an update. Visit all the time. You can see her, you can carry her. So I knew that I could always come back and eventually I would have her. Now, I'm not a very patient person, but day 1 was okay. Day 1 it was hard, but it's still okay. By then, my breast milk supply had really come in. So Tuesday, I made sure that I pumped as much as I could overnight, and during like the morning, I packed a bag and I made my way over to the hospital, super excited, taking my milk supply. Tuesday night, I called the NICU just for an update because it is the only thing that would keep me as relaxed as I could potentially be with the circumstances. And they told me, no, her lungs are still stable. We removed the feeding tube. She had a feeding tube in her nose. She had the oxygen tube in her nose as well, helping her get oxygen and applying pressure through her nose. She had IV in her arm. So by Tuesday, pretty much all of it was gone, which was great. They were able to remove it all. And they also found that she had a little bit of jaundice. So they were doing a treatment with a UV light therapy in order to remove or like just regulate her jaundice, which worked within 24 hours, which is great. So that Tuesday night, I called and just asking for an update so that I can feel better about the situation and sleep a little bit. And they tell me, hey, you know, you never know, she might be able to go home tomorrow. We just have to wait till she gets weighed in and the doctor determine what the action plan is going forward, whether she would have to stay or can she go home. So I'm super excited at this point. We're staying at my mother-in-law's house and I am so grateful for her because she lives so much closer to the hospital than we do. But you know, just the feeling of being displaced, the idea was you give birth, you leave there and you go straight to your house where all her things are and you get to enjoy them, and we didn't get that experience. So there was a lot of, like, there was a series of emotions going on at this point. Wednesday morning, I called the Nicu for an update of whatever could have occurred overnight, and they tell me that the doctor did the rounds and decided that they're going to keep the baby for a little longer because she had lost weight and they wanted to monitor that and see whether or not she would gain or she would lose. I could understand that. So I once again visited the NICU, brought some milk supply and just spent some time with her, changed her diaper, you know, all that good stuff, and then went about my way because there was like nothing else that I could do. Come Thursday, I called in the morning. As I normally did, I would always call morning and night ever since I was discharged. And I am told that baby has to stay in the NICU because she lost weight again. So they didn't know when she would be discharged. At this point, I'm disappointed, but I'm also desperate. I went to the hospital. Of course, my husband did all the driving, took me there, went with me. I mean, we did everything together. But at the NICU, they only let one person in at a time. So I go ahead. I'm, of course, like beasting to be number one to go in. So I go in and I ask, you know, what's going on? What are the updates? Why is she losing weight? And the nurse says, we don't know when she's going to get to go home. She needs to gain weight. At this point, I ask for the doctor. I want to talk to the doctor. I want to get a professional. It's like, not that a nurse is not a professional, because I'm not trying to disregard or dismiss all their education and all their knowledge. In no way is that the intention, but the doctor's the one really responsible at this point. So I want to know from the doctor, the medical professional, like, you're licensed to be able to diagnose at this point and tell me what the hell is going on. So I requested to talk to the doctor, and while they go get her, I'm staring at my baby and I lost it. I lost it to the point that I'm glad that I had a mask on because no one could see what was really going on, but I had full-on tears, boogers, drool everywhere. I was just distraught because I don't understand how we got there. I genuinely was scared, confused, anxious, stressed out, and I just leaned over. Oh my God, why am I gonna cry? I just leaned over that bassinet and I just lost it because I don't think any mom should leave their kid in the hospital. I had to do that once before and it wasn't a good experience. And the traumas came back. And the idea of having to call the NICU and ask for permission and verify information just to get to know what it is that's going on with my child that I carried for 9 months just didn't seem natural to me. And I lost it. Now the doctor, super sweet, came by and asked me, what was up? Was I okay? And the moment I looked up at her, she was just like, yeah, you're not okay. But I did ask her, what was going on? Why does she keep losing weight? Now, she was born at 5 pounds, 3 ounces, which is well below where she was supposed to be. She was estimated to be born at 6.5 pounds, and that didn't happen. So being that she was born at 5'3", she went down to like 4.5 pounds while she was in the NICU. And they, you know, although they say that newborns do tend to lose some weight, they needed to make sure that she would gain weight, and she had such a great appetite. This little girl could eat okay, or at least drink her milk, and no matter how much she would consume, she just wasn't gaining weight, and that was an issue. So I was told that they were gonna use a formula as an intervention with calories and some fats to help her gain weight, but they didn't know how effective that would be. It's usually effective, but every child is different. So I asked for just an idea, like how long can it take for her to gain weight so that we can bring her home? And she says it could be days. I lost it even more at this point, so I needed to take a break. I stepped out, I vented to my husband. I just had a full-on moment. Not a great experience. Not because of the staff, but because the circumstances. Again, no one wants to have a baby and have to do what I had to do. Like, no one wants to go through that. And reading my comments from posts that I've done throughout this entire time, so many of you guys have had your children or family member in the NICU. Camila was only there 1 week, and I lost it within a few days. So I can't even imagine those of you who have had your babies in the NICU for a month, weeks at a time, months at a time. People had them there for like 3 months. That's a lot. They started the weight gain intervention with that formula the very same day, early that day actually. And that night when I called, they told me she gained weight. Only a few ounces, but she gained weight. They expected that she'd gain at least 1 ounce. She gained more than 1 ounce, which was wonderful. So at that point, I was like, what does that mean? They said that means that the doctor will review everything tomorrow when they do the rounds, and they'll let us know what they want to do. So come Friday, I'm like excited because, okay, she gained weight, so this means she's coming home. I called before leaving to the hospital to make sure if I had to bring formula or not. And they tell me, yeah, she's still not going home because we need her to continue to gain weight. So they tried to mentally prepare me. At least they were being honest. They said, so we just have to see how effective this is going to be with her before we release her. At this point, I was in better spirits. So I was like, okay, I got it. Boom, fine. When I made it to the hospital, I was so just full of joy that at least their intervention was working. So I spoke to the nurse. I made a few jokes. You know, you crack jokes and stuff. I carried her, I fed her, I burped her, I changed her diaper, like I, played around with her and all that good stuff. And yeah, Friday was a good day. Thursday was a bad day. I cried the entire day. And my emotional breakdown, but then Friday I was good. Friday we were okay. And again, it's hard to give you full details and explanations of like a 10-day period in a video and try to keep it short and sweet. It's just hard. Friday night, I called and I am told, hey mommy, she gained weight again, which means she should be able to go home tomorrow. And I was so full of joy, but at the same time, I didn't want to get disappointed. So I didn't like overly get excited either, because you just never know, right? So then Saturday, I ended up calling the doctor, blah, 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 blah. And they said, yes, she's coming home. Funny enough, I needed to like pack my shit. I needed to get everything together. So I took longer than I wanted to get to the hospital. But still, I made it to the hospital and I picked up my baby. And now I have her. And she's my papa. And she's like my little princess. I have 2 princesses now. She's a good baby. She's not that big time of a crier. She's a whiner. She's like, but she's not that big time of a crier. And so far, so good. She's been home for 2 nights, and I love her. She's so cute. Now that you guys know exactly from beginning to end what happened, that the placenta stopped working, now that you guys know why she was in the NICU, how long she was in the NICU, which was 8 days, I want to go ahead and answer you guys' questions, because there were so many questions regarding like things that make sense, like COVID shot, cesarean number 2 versus number 1, having 2 kids, starting all over again, all that good stuff. I had to take a break to change the diaper. We're back to changing diapers, guys. So I had to do that, and then Dad finished working, so he's with her right now. He actually fed her, burped her, and put her to sleep, which is wonderful. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep for part 2. This is gonna be a 2-parter because if not, the video would be like too long. And just like the story itself was like a long one. So the next video going up, which should be tomorrow, mañana, should be the Q&A part of this whole video because there were so many questions, including did the COVID vaccine have anything to do with it, which of course I had to ask the doctors, and just a series of other questions with regards to having a child already in the home and then having a newborn, starting all over again and all that good stuff, and just like how everything actually is like in reality. And y'all know I'm gonna keep it 100% real. So I'm gonna go ahead and film that part, so be ready to watch that tomorrow. And yeah, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much for your prayers, your love, your support, your positive vibes, because Mommy G, Baby G are home and the G family is back together. And instead of us being a trio, now we are a quartet, which is weird. It makes me really happy. Yeah, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you aren't already, and be ready to see the Q&A part of this video tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Bye.